Or,
He appears to be about the age of 10.
is that like a common god I know about, or?
Yeah, it is the deity of luck.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so rewind back a little bit. This is when Daisy and Orin would have been lured into the same cage. They have a human and a tabaxi in their cage. The tabaxi is awake. The human appears to be cowering in a corner, shivering. And then the other cave, there is a Twilight and Karengar in a cell with a Dragonborn and another Tabaxi. And then Orvix has got loaded in a separate cage that you guys have no knowledge of. There's nothing coming out of that cage, no noises whatsoever.
Orvex is dead, one less person to worry about. I said it, so now it's true.
We lost our pet human.
Wow.
They don't live very long anyways.
I know, right?
So, whoever wants to start up or has an idea of what they want to start talking about, go for it. And we'll kind of jump between the places to see what everyone else is doing. You can talk to each other if you yell, by the way. Just know that you have to yell, and your voice will carry down the hallway.
Yeah.
I also start cleaning off Lord, just to get rid of the smell.
What's on me?
You don't
Probably
have
blood.
Do you have a spell casting focus? I don't think you do. You were
You
sure to
need
call
it
your
for
equipment as well.
prestidigitation?
Okay, good.
It's
Just
just
wanted to make sure.
prestidigitation.
Okay, double checking. That's it.
We're going to have the cleanest cage, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So the floor of this particular cell.
We also
Oh.
found out we can't dig our way out.
Are there any bones in these cages?
Good to know.
Nope. No bones.
No. Or we just walk down here and die?
They appear to not let you die in these pits, at least.
Okay.
Or if you do, they clean it up very well.
What is this stuff on the floor?
It is basically caked in dried blood, dusted up into a large-ish, or pretty thick mound of dusty dirt. Basically, it's accumulated. The blood dust has accumulated in these cages for a very long time.
Odd that it's all dried and there's no wet on any of the walls.
Well, so there is moisture. It does condense down here, but so the blood like gets wet, like dirt gets wet, but it's not doesn't look bloody. It looks brown and muddy, right? So the reasoning behind the basically the blood has dried off and they swept it into these pits is kind of what happened here. It can still be wet and damp in the pits. It's just that's the impression that I was trying to give. I'm bad at describing things. I'm trying to get better.
That's okay. Now I understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess, fuck it, we'll do this. So, describe to me this Dragonborn I'm looking on.
He is asleep. He is the spitting image of Durandar, right down to the battle scars that you know him to have.
Can we please
Except
rename
there's
him?
a few.
Nope.
This was named by a character, not by me, so I'm not going to rename it. So,
Give him...
he is asleep on the ground right now.
Okay.
He did not see you get dropped into the pit, and he didn't really wake up at the sound of the pit opening or closing. It appears to be a regular noise for him.
What does his condition look like?
Decently fed.
Is he reasonably fed?
Reasonably fed, yeah.
He's not being left to waste away down here.
Correct. They want him for labor, and they realize, and because the Yunti are intelligent, they realize that they need to feed the people that they're doing their labels for them.
Oh, good. We're just doing labels.
Labels.
Labors.
I guess Twilight, since you're the only one in there, you're just gonna see Karengar just like freeze. Just like stand stock still for a good 30 seconds looking at this other sleeping Dragonborn, and you can start to kind of see the heartbeat a bit faster. I just stands there a little bit shocked.
The Tabaxi speaks up. That's an odd reaction.
Well, this is an odd circumstance. And, Karengar doesn't know if he wants to wake or wait till he wakes up. Karengar's just, like, confused. He doesn't know what to do right now. Karengar's gonna go and decide to, try and rouse the sleeping Dragonborn.
So the Tabaxi that's in the cage with you is going to say that he gets grumpy when you wake him up when he's napping.
He's always grumpy, not just when he was napping.
Okay, don't say I didn't tell you so. Okay, so you're gonna shake him awake?
I mean, probably gonna get a punch to the gut and he's gonna be unhappy, but he probably doesn't like me anyways right now.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Shake him awake. And he goes, why? Pottery Shard, I told you not to let people wake me up. And Pottery Shard, the Tabaxi responds with, Durandar, he was insistent. I don't know what to tell you. Durandar goes and says, he says, what do you want?
Just gonna wait till he looks at me.
He is staring you dead in the face. There is no recognition on his face at all whatsoever.
Oof. Don't you remember me?
Why should I?
We fought together for, like, gonna start counting on his fingers most of our lives?
No, I probably would recognize you if I was fighting you with most of my life.
Darendar, right? Yeah? I'm not...
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Okay. No, fuck this.
What?
No.
What?
Hang on.
Is this a character still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, okay. Hang on.
I have been. You disappeared. Oh, you disappeared on us. You disappeared on me. You disappeared on everybody else. You went away, and you don't even fucking remember us now.
But who? Okay.
How long have you been out here?
Seem to be upset. I have been out here for years. I'm literally. I don't know who you are.
How much does this mimic not the one guy that we the crossbow guy, I forget his name at this point. Who had also gone like crazy for being in the forest for too long.
Oh, Jeff? No, this is nothing like Jeff.
He just doesn't remember me.
He legitimately does not remember you or have any recollection of you ever crossing his path before.
I'm just gonna start like reciting things in our past. Like, you were born in Waterdeep.
Yep.
You were an orphan.
Yep.
Do you remember? I mean, I'm just gonna start listing off names of anybody else that was in our crew. Like
none
names like.
Well,
Eldegard, Kartel, Mortek, Kritek.
None of those names ring a bell to him, but he does respond with some names that are slightly similar, but they're not. They're clearly not the same people when he describes them. They're not kobolds or dragonborn or anything like that. They are humans, elves, dwarves, this sort of thing.
I'm gonna start mentioning. So it's just you don't. It's gonna get really sad all of a sudden, because he's just gonna go from angry like you don't remember anything about.
Well,
no whisper target
I can tell you my life story if it'll help you out, but I'm sorry, I don't recognize you.
But I mean, this doesn't make any sense. I already told you some of your own life story without you ever meeting me. Doesn't that seem a little bit weird?
No. You don't understand. I was born in Waterdeep, in a different place than what you're describing. It's your neighborhood was. He was explaining where your neighborhood was because he knows where it is because he's from Waterdeep, and then he explains where his neighborhood was, which was like half the city away from where you were. And he recounts his explorations with his group of people, which again are elves, dwarves, and humans. They banded together, and because they're a bunch of dirty orphans, they called themselves the Dirtborn. And they formed a mercenary group and came to Chult for exploration.
And you made. I'm gonna just stop him right there. And let me guess.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, you started and made it set up shop in a tavern or something, right? Somewhere.
No, but we always wanted to.
What would you have named it?
We hadn't got that far yet.
No, just give me a name. In my story, you're the only one who named it. So what would you have named it?
Well, I probably would have named it. I don't know. The Moist Monkey? Does that sound like a good name? I don't know. This is clearly not anything like the name that he had come up with. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Vile, the names that you listed off again, what were those?
Those are names of old
No,
people.
he wants you to repeat them.
Oh, fuck. I think I said Eldegar, Kretek, Kortek, Motek. Those are and Kartal.
Yep.
He said that he would then go on and tell you the story that we took an ill-fated expedition with a group of wizards.
Do they happen to be wearing red robes?
Yeah, it's the Red Wizards. I'm very surprised you heard of them. I helped them out here. We've been exploring out here for the last few months. We were ambushed, and our entire group was destroyed. All of my mercenary band was essentially taken out by the hands of these Yonti. I was one of the few that I remember being left alive, and I find myself in this pit now. The timeline of this, by the way, would give him an alibi to not be the same person that disappeared in the top of the tower, or in the top of the Heart of Abato.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been here, not there.
Which only matters to me, because I'm the only one who saw it.
Well,
So it's probably not the same person.
I thought you had described it though, like there was some.
No, he didn't. He didn't say anything.
Vile.
No,
think
well, maybe
anything,
not. Okay, all right.
Vile and I talked about it out of character, but
okay.
Orin didn't say anything because he had no reason to in character.
Okay, yeah. Perfectly fine. Just wanted to make things clear.
Karangar is gonna see first. Karangar wants to insight him.
Go for it.
13 doesn't have advantage. I'll switch that off.
Okay, also roll me a perception check. Okay, that is actually enough to notice that the scar that you know that your Durandar has is missing from one side of his cheek and is actually on the other side of his cheek. So it's almost like a mirrored image, but not quite.
Yeah.
It's definitely more that it's a different scar from a different battle.
Like it doesn't look like the same thing, essentially.
Right. Yep.
Got it.
But this looks like otherwise this is exactly the same looking person as
same name,
came from a similar background, has a similar story.
Dragonborn are the same. Confirmed.
Has Karangar heard of any sort of magic, basically like cloning or magic mind wiping or something like that could have been done? Because I mean, he does have some.
Roll me something a skill that would tell you that.
Arcana.
Nope.
Yeah, you have not heard of anything that would present in this fashion, no.
Well, fuck. We can deal with this later. How long have you been here?
Well, I don't know. It's probably been a few days. It's kind of dark under here, and I don't see a whole lot of sun. So you would remember that the ambush happened like a few weeks ago, previous to your guys' arrival.
Something is going off.
And what he's saying lines up with that.
The ambush was a few weeks ago, but
Twilight, he's telling the truth.
Okay.
As far as you know.
Wait, sorry. Could you? Cause you said that the ambush happened a few weeks ago, though, right?
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago, and what he's saying lines up with I'm trying to say that he is that corroborates that is
Okay.
legit. Like if he was a part of that battle, how long he thinks he spent here is pretty close approximation to how long that battle probably took place ago.
Something's off, but
Well, something's
I'm-
definitely off.
this is strange. Not quite the reunion I was hoping for, but we'll deal with that later, I guess.
Why know anything of any? Could I do an Arcana check also?
Yeah. So you have also not heard of anything that would present in this manner. So it's weird.
All right.
Well, we'll deal with this later. We still have some things to discuss, but
Well, clearly you seem to think I'm someone I'm not.
I knew your name before you said it to me.
That was weird.
Stories
I agree. I'm
you.
hey, I'm as weirded out as you are, man. This is weird.
Hey Tree, how is Orn feeling?
And Violet,
In what
do you
way?
mind messaging me the names you said when you get a chance?
Yeah,
Are
you got
you-
them. Except they're misspelled slightly, but they're fine.
Okay.
And with C's, not K's.
Got it.
Are you hurt?
So was that Guardian?
Are you hurt?
Um,
You guys have had a short rest, so if you had hit dice, you recovered.
no, I'm not hurt,
Okay.
and I have one more healing spell. So
I have 3.
So, Pottery Shard goes. While this conversation's going on, Pottery Shard walks up to you, Twilight, and goes, Do you know either of those people?"
Who's he pointing to?
The Karangar and Durindar, or Durindar.
Yeah, Twy just nods his head and looks at Karangar.
In your experience, are all Dragonborn this way?
all Dragonborn are
Not
the
all
same.
of them, no.
Well, I guess that's something of a relief. Anyway, I'm Pottery Shard. How are you?
My name is Twilight.
You're not from Chult, are you?
No.
So how did you find yourself down here?
It was a long story, but
Well, I
Nothing but time.
hate to say it, but we seem to have a little bit of time here.
How long do we have until they come and grab us, by the way?
I don't know. You guys just got here.
How long did it take for you?
I wasn't prepared to answer your inquiries. I'm sorry. I don't. It was. I don't know. I don't have a clock. I don't see the
How
sun.
many
I can't
times
tell
have they
time.
fed you?
Enough to keep me satisfied.
How many numbers?
I don't count.
Oh dear lord.
Like, do you count your meals? He responds.
What do you say, sorry?
He's asking you if you count your meals.
I do, in fact, when I'm being imprisoned. That's
He leans over to Twilight and says, "Is that a Dragonborn thing? Do they really do that?"
We're harming the party
looks-
perception
is-
of Tabaxi intelligence.
Twy kind of has a vacant look behind his eyes, but he just kind of shakes his head and keeps staring.
You okay there, bud?
No, not really.
Hey, I can tell you one thing. Life goes on. All right, it's gonna be okay. It's not so bad, really. Get used to it. It's hard work, but they
Will you please stop?
don't stop. What? Try to cheer up your friend here. You seem to just be ignoring him.
We'll deal with that in a bit.
Thank you.
Please
but
stop.
I'm fine.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna take a break from that one. We're gonna jump over to Orn, Daisy, and the human slash Tabaxi pit.
Well, hello there.
Which one are you talking to?
Just both of them in general.
Okay, so the Tabaxi was asleep. The other one was shivering in a corner.
Are you all right?
Go, stay back! Stay back, all of you!
We're not going to hurt you.
Yes, you
We're
are!
kind of trapped in here too.
Lies!
I'm gonna walk right up to him. Hi, I'm Daisy.
He like scrambles, like he tries his hardest to Spider-Man up that wall. He does not want anything to
And
do
I'm
with you. He's
Orn.
terrified.
These are 2 tabaxi in their cell.
No, it's
No,
a
human and a Tibet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tabaxi.
Also, I want Daisy, as you approach, I want you to roll me a perception check. Okay, this is a very freaked out human.
Is this guy magically scared, like freaky jungle smoke magic scared?
Roll me an insight check.
22.
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna walk right up to him
Perception check as you do.
and hopefully
Also,
he
you're
doesn't
rolling.
freak
You're
out.
rolling
22.
Okay, you're rolling to GM, by the way, just so you know.
Oh shit. Sorry.
So the rolls are accurate. This man has a forked tongue.
Has
Like
a what?
it looks like a snake's tongue.
Oh.
This guy might not be human.
Ooh. I'm gonna heal him anyway. He's in the same boat as us. Orn's neutral. He wouldn't judge him based on that.
Okay.
And I'll just lesser resto. I don't need
Lesser
any
resto,
components.
All right. So he regains his composure, freaks out. Those bastards! They put me in the fucking slave cages again.
Are you feeling better now?
Get away from me.
What's wrong?
I'm in a cage with slaves. My life is miserable.
I
Asshole.
feel
Well, I mean-
like that may mean that you are a slave.
He's talking under his breath like this has happened again and again and again. And he does not like that this keeps happening to him.
I think this might mean something.
He needs to stop vaping.
He needs to stop vaping the magical blue smoke.
Yeah.
Don't judge me like that.
And he starts rattling when he starts jumping up and trying to grab the cage bars. Eventually gets his grip, cuts himself a little bit on the barbed wire, and starts rattling the cages. Goes, "I'm okay now. Help me out. It's okay. Funny joke."
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna use my charm blessing thing for that lesser resto, not a spell.
Okay.
Just
That's-
forgot to specify that because it's the only
that
way I can
is-
cast it.
Right. That has been used up.
Wait, do you have that on you?
The charm is always with him. It's just it was a part of him until it's
Yeah,
used up.
the charm was not a physical object. It was just
Oh,
a...
is that the same with my
it was a
animal
boon.
charm?
Yeah, same with your animal one. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a physical charm this entire time.
Nope. It is a
Good to
boon
know.
that was placed upon you. It was like someone blessed you with an ability, and then that ability wears out when the blessing does.
Oh.
I feel like this was kind of a waste of the blessing. But
Yeah,
well,
sure
whatever.
was.
Did our best.
Because there's someone else in here that also can do that stuff.
Should've
And
used
has
your
spell slots.
Anyway, at this commotion, the Tabaxi wakes up. He goes, "Oh, not Sev again." This is a lady Tabaxi, by the way.
Hello. I'm Orn.
Not who? Hi, I'm Daisy.
She introduces herself as Hummingbird over a Silver Lake.
Oh,
Oh.
I saw that coming.
Tabaxi had such big names.
I would just like to say I called this when Gree told me that we'd be in different cages.
Well,
And that there was a human and a Tabaxi in ours.
there was a request for what cages people were grouped in, and I acquiesced that request.
There was a request for what? You cut out?
You guys may have been in the same cage if things were different, but you weren't.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
But you then specified that Twilight's sister was not in the same cage as him.
True, I did.
And the way you said it was like, oh, so she's in my cage.
Yep.
Oh,
For those
well,
of you
cool.
lost, Twilight's full name is Twilight over a Silver Lake.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just wanted to make sure everyone's on the same page there.
And how did you wind up here?
Well, it's a long story, but you seem to have nothing but time. I I was born a small black child in Mississippi. No,
That's a
Daisy
Mississippi.
Daisy is probably a little bit confused,
yeah, no.
but
So
Orin is really excited right now.
Yep. So she talks about how she was sold as a young girl as a slave in Waterdeep. The noble family that took her in was the Raven Guards. This should ring a bells. This name should ring a bell to Vile and also Daisy.
Yeah.
Vile can't hear it.
If only
right
I was
there.
in that room.
Uber why?
Well, anyway. These are questions I will not answer and leave up to your imagination. These are questions the players will answer. Okay. We're not going to get into this discussion right now. I was busy explaining to Twilight's sister's backstory. I hope you were interested in it, but if you're not, we can skip it and go on.
Let's focus up, boys. Let's focus up. Keep
Yeah,
going.
I mean,
Okay, so she is a very so as she's telling this story, she comes across as a very intelligent and well-meaning, gentle tabaxi person. She's definitely has a spark for storytelling and this sort of stuff as she's going through her story. But she escaped her owners and took the first boat she could out of the port, which happened to be going to Chult. In Chult, in Port Yunzaru, she encountered a man named Orvix. Yes, this is the same Orvix that you know. She describes him in great detail, describes how he wants to be, he has this aspiration to own a museum, and how he was responsible for teaching her language, reading and writing, and actually recognizing, for the first person to recognize that she had potential as a scribe or as someone with something to give back to society. She kind of, instead of grasping like the interesting parts of anthropology and that sort of stuff that Orvix is interested in, she is far more interested in the mythology and mythos and storytelling aspects of ancient Chult. And that's what brought her with the group that Orvix was in. She basically tagged along with Orvix after he was offered all this money to start his museum. She was going to help him in his museum and help run it. So that's after that the chaos and the fighting that happened. She ended up in the pit here. She was brought in with a dragonborn and another human. And she says, "Now that's where I am. I'm here."
How long ago did you come to Chult?
Well, I was very young. I had just escaped. Well, let's see here. I wasn't really with that family in Waterdeep very long. I guess when I was 13, I escaped. I kind of sailed to Chult. Well, stowed away and got to Chult, but you get my meaning. Then in Chult, I've been here since then. So yeah, it's as old as Christ is from 13. 9 years ago, yep.
Yeah, Orin is just trying to like make sure that he's adding things up properly, and does not know how to actually like approach this.
Yep, and so by the way, her intelligence definitely outclasses all the other tabaxi you've seen so far. And she is definitely a storyteller type of she enjoys that deeply, and it shows.
She's also a lot taller than Twy is.
Yep.
She's nothing like the other tabaxi, you know.
I think they might be more alike than you think, Daisy.
So
Shh,
Bird.
I don't think so.
She has the nickname. Well, she calls herself Hummingbird always because it's proper, and she's trying to be proper in this presence of company. So she would say that. What other tabaxi have you met?
His name is Twilight.
And her chin drops to the floor.
Yes.
She kind of freezes up
Well-
and stops talking at the mention of that, and she's just in disbelief.
It seems your brother may be a few cages over.
Did I do bad?
She's
Not exactly.
kind of just stunned at this, and appears to be a little bit scared of even calling out to the other cage. It's been so long since he's seen her brother.
This was most unexpected.
So I shouldn't mention Orvix is here too.
She goes, "Oh no!" she at that boom on the ground. She fainted. Like just could not handle this anymore, and she.
Wait, what did Guardian say?
So I shouldn't mention that Orvix is here too.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I only heard halfway. So.
Orvix was her mentor, and her brother is also here, and she's just like overcome with emotion and just collapses to the ground. And they begin sobbing, and you can't tell if it's sadness or joy.
Well, I won't tell him you're here.
Why would you not do that?
Unless you want me to. I just
I
figured
don't-
you might want to call out to him yourself.
Give me a moment, please.
I'm not rushing you.
She's sobbing on the ground, like just trying to figure out what life is going on right now. I'm gonna take a
I'm
break
just
from
gonna
that.
I'm just gonna pat her on the head and try to comfort her the way I would Twilight.
Yeah, she takes a liking to that. And we're gonna go back.
I'm gonna
over
cast
to-
Druidcraft, make it just a soft breeze.
This is all
Oh,
very
by the
touching.
way, I'm gonna use
Meanwhile,
light so
Seb
that
is
we
like
can
monkey
see
at the-
inside our cage.
Meanwhile, Sev is like scrabbling at the bar, saying, "Let me out! Let me out! Let me
How
out!"
far above our
Oh,
heads is
shut
he
up.
hanging?
So if the cages are 10 feet deep, he just jumps to grab the bars.
Yeah, my head is almost hitting the ceiling.
Okay,
So his feet are dangling, but he's grabbing from bars right now.
Oh, those bars are way up there.
so,
In the midget cage.
Oh,
I know,
great.
they're
I
really
did want to
high.
ask you how
Sorry.
much like space is there between the bars?
shouldn't try interacting with.
So the bars are a lot closer together than they were on that map that you saw. They are spaced 4 inches apart.
Okay, that's a little tight.
Yeah.
I was just gonna see if I can get Ross through the bars
Well, remember-
and then
you remember-
down to Twilight's cage.
Remember, as a familiar, you can literally puff him in and then puff him out as a bonus action.
You could just change him into a snake and then have him through the bars and then.
Well,
Eating materials.
Can't
Hey.
change them.
no, I can't change his form without casting the spell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
but
that's
you
true.
But you can literally, as a bonus action, like put him into a pocket realm.
Yeah, but you have to go to C where he comes back
Yeah,
in. So he
but
has to
I
go
can
to one
only-
of the set of bars.
I can pop him
Anyway,
outside of the bars of my cage, but that doesn't get him into the other.
Okay, so is there anything going on in that cage that you want to stop Sev screaming at the bars, or no?
I mean, yeah, I'd kind of like him to stop.
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat.
Describe to me how you make him stop.
Oi,
Well-
shut up!
I'm.
Is that something that your dwarf actually says?
Absolutely.
Okay. That surprisingly doesn't work.
It's worth
I'm
a
just
shot.
gonna like grab him by the legs
Yep.
and pull him down.
He drops right down like a sack of potatoes.
Will
He's
you
not very
shut
strong.
up already?
He's sort of whimpering in a corner.
We're trying
like,
to have a discussion here.
trying to get away from you now. He's just like, God damn it, let me out, let me out, let me out. He's like rocking himself in a corner, reciting this mantra to himself.
I'm just gonna pat him on the head and say thank you, and then go back over to Twilight's sister. What was her nickname?
So she has not mentioned that at all. That was
Okay.
not. So if I don't know if Twilight would have
So
mentioned it to you or not,
Hummingbird.
you guys can decide amongst yourselves if he did or not.
Uh,
there is a nickname that they had for that
Yeah,
he had
I'll
for
send
her.
that to you, Tree.
Okay. Can you just link me your docs page again? Yeah, Orn would know that because presumably Twilight would refer to her by the nickname, and therefore Orn would probably just refer to her as that as well
Okay.
if it ever came
Also,
up.
Twilight's a dummy, so he'd say it even if he wasn't trying to.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't. I don't think it would have been information that he would try to purposely keep secret. It was just more like if this ever, like how often has this come up in conversation, how much has he talked about it, that kind of stuff.
Well, Orn knows his full background.
Right.
That's
So
something we actually discussed between last session and this one.
Perfect. So yeah, that's going to continue for a little bit, and she'll regain herself eventually and probably call it to the other cage. But for now, let's jump back to Lords and this dwarven boy who has not revealed his name yet. Space.
Oh, it's a dwarf boy.
He's a dwarf. He's an albino dwarf. He looks very similar to Ushiru.
No, the boy.
No, the boy is a human.
He was talking about
Age is dwarf boy.
Age is dwarf boy.
Okay.
I'm
yeah,
not a
there's
sorry.
a human child.
I'm
in there
sorry.
as
It's a human child and the dwarven man, not a boy. But
well.
I'm 232. Damn it!
oh boy.
Freaking voices in my head. Now that you're all clean, my name's Barndell. Barndell Bright River, to be precise.
Or the Ultra Bald Bezelworth the 8th.
Right,
You can call
you're
me
Archie
Lord,
now.
though, if you wish.
Nope, you're Archie.
Casually, nope, you're Archie.
Shrug. And then I nod over at the child in the corner. How long has he been in here?
Longer than me. Poor guy.
Lady Timora. Grant me luck in finding a way to escape this horrible place that Father has left me.
Personally, I'd pray to a more destructive deity, but to each their own.
He's like ignoring everything that you have to say, specifically the dwarf. And in fact has tried to, like, every time that Barandel moves, the boy moves to make sure that he has maximize the distance between him and Barandel in the cage.
What did
Doesn't
you
seem
do
to
to
like
this
me.
boy?
Nothing that I remember.
Yeah, it's nothing. Literally nothing. He seems to be afraid of you.
It's weird because he's almost as tall as me.
Boy,
Yes,
what are you doing?
praying. You
Why?
should too. Well, no one else is gonna help us.
Help
At this
ourselves.
point, Barndell's just rolling his eyes, almost painfully.
You do you, and I'll do me.
Yeah.
There's a nice comfy patch of dirt over here if you wish to pray with me.
Microphone muted.
That's alright.
Suit
For your
yourself.
parents.
And he begins to just fucking cry.
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't make him do
Microphone
that yet.
activated.
They're
Microphone
they're
muted.
dead. They were sacrificed yesterday, and they made him watch.
I'm sorry.
See, I'd really be praying to a more destructive deity.
Microphone activated.
He tells this to me?
Yeah, he does. He'll as through his tears and sobs, he explains what happened in rather dark and grim detail coming from a 10-year-old. Like he's still at the age where like there's no holds barred and telling you exactly what he saw, but you can tell that it's traumatized the fuck out of him.
Oh, I'll sit down next to him
Mm-hmm.
and do you like birds?
He sort of sniffs. There's like a big snot rag coming off of his arm. He kind of nods and goes, mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll call forth my bird. This is Corbinian.
He sort of like is still sobbing and crying and like just has snot running down his face, but you can tell that it's now the crying because he wants you to know that he's sad, and not the crying that he's actually sad anymore. He's like interested in this bird and trying to play with it. Like repressed memory is gone again. Bird. Like, like if he keeps crying, the bird will stay longer. Like that kind of a crying.
Oh man. The boys say, "Don't worry. Gods don't usually answer, but I do."
Are you a god?
Close enough.
What's your name?
You call me Lord.
My name's Tavo.
Bravo.
And he sort of like exhaustedly falls asleep on your lap. At that, just kind of like exhausted from emotional draining, trying to run around the cage to avoid this dwarf. And
Wait, why would I be chasing him?
you weren't chasing him, but every time you moved, like if you walked over to Lord, he would walk around the other side. If you guys walked to the other side of the cage, he would walk to the other side. Yeah. He seems to not like. He seems to feel something is very off about you and doesn't want to approach you.
I think he's racist.
So, Dwarf, you cast spells.
Yeah, I've started to.
Started to.
Well, I'm not very good at it. Well,
Okay.
how about you? You have a magic flying bird, I see.
Yes. Missing my book, though. Not happy about that.
Oh, you have a book?
Don't you?
That's- No.
One of those. Okay.
One of those. Oh, kid, you were right. Oh shit.
I'm not sure what that means, but okay.
Hmm.
You know, if we all stand on each other's shoulders, we might be able to almost reach the bars.
The small boy cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost. What kind of clothing is this boy wearing?
Similar ranks to what you are. They're just smaller. Actually, you know what? They're the same size clothes as you are, but they're wrapped more times around him.
Okay.
So they kind of made whatever size they had work.
Okay.
But it appears to be like
So we're all dressed in rags?
essentially yes.
Did they
Okay.
fit them with safety pins that can conveniently be taken apart?
They seem to be more like tied.
Dang it.
I'm probably
pins.
I'm probably smaller than a 10-year-old boy.
Well, I mean, you appear to have a beard in your picture, so I assumed that he would realize that you were older and not a human.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, clothes-wise.
Yes. Yeah. So he very similarly, like they wrapped things around you multiple times, or you would have had to wrap around yourself multiple times, or you could just go naked. Your choice.
No. I was
Not
just wondering,
quite.
like, what sort of material?
Yeah, it's cloth.
What sort of cloth? Wool?
Sure. Why not? It's wool.
Awesome.
It is full of lint as well, if that helps.
Is it
Awesome.
fancy merino wool? Or is it
So
like a
I'm doing-
scratchy
so-
old grandmother sweater
While
wool?
the kid's passed out in my lap, I'm gonna slowly pick at the lint
Okay.
off of it, start collecting it.
Yep. As wizards do.
Mhm.
I'm gonna need this later. Like pick it out of your belly button and fucking use it for a spell.
Ew.
Fireball.
Belly button, but
Alright. So we're gonna jump back to the first cage with Twilight, Darundar, Parduishard, and Karangar.
Kind of recovering for his shock a little bit. Karangar is going to turn to Twilight and say, "Remember Jahaka Bey?"
Yes.
Want to make this a second one?
Don't think
is
that's
a lot
going to
of
work.
fucking implication. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You want to say that
I
again?
don't think this is going to work.
Well, more the part A and not the part B of it. We don't have to go do the tavern thing all over again. We just have to kind of,
I don't think he does know.
Oh god damn it, Twilight.
Yeah, I feel
Come
this
on.
is different this time. I don't think it will be that easy.
So we shouldn't try it at all? You're just gonna give up right now? I sure as fuck ain't. Not especially after running into a copy of somebody who I've been meaning to meet for a fucking while. No, not gonna do that. Not gonna fucking give up.
So Darundar hears this and says something along the lines of, I take offense to that.
You took offense to everything. It's your fucking job.
He just shuts down at that, just like, whatever.
Like, alright. Twilight, I've seen what you can do, okay? Is this dark enough for you to do it? Let me get something.
Out of character, the answer is yes.
I know, but I'm
Just
asking
FYI.
him.
I know.
I'm
I'm letting him know that the answer would be yes if he wants to. He would know that the answer would be yes. I'm
Yeah,
preempting a question.
He's kind of staring vacantly as you're saying this, and he comes over closer to you and sits down and leans against you. Probably for the first time that you've ever seen him, he's actually shivering.
Oh, okay.
I'm scared,
this one.
Karangar. We failed, haven't we?
No. You're still beating. Your heart's still beating. My heart's still beating. Everybody else is still alive besides Hank. And we will.
I mean, this Soulmonger
Will.
death curse. We've lost every puzzle cube.
And we are alive. Okay?
Hank is dead, and we're all captured because I surrendered. I couldn't let them hurt Orin or anyone else anymore.
Quite frankly, out of all the fuck ups you've made, that wasn't one of them. Alright? We've all. Guy's like really bad at comforting people. This is not what his job is. Quite frankly, Twilight, if you want, fuck it. You know what? No self-pity right now. You made a mistake. You want to fix it, right? You want to fix this.
I wanted to fix this since the beginning.
Okay, so you still want to fix this
then? I don't know
then?
what to do.
Let's figure it out. Let's think it through. First thing is, I'm gonna out of character. Alright, then I'm gonna look at the bars above. Can I see, like, because you said it was lowered in via like a crane on top of us, right?
Yep.
The latch.
Mhm.
Can I see the top of that crane?
Yeah, it comes over the top of the pit.
Is it within 30 feet of me?
Yep, sure is.
I'm gonna snap my fingers, and Endurus is gonna appear on top of that crane, and I'm gonna go look into his eyes and see what I can see from the top of the room.
Okay, so let me 1 second. So there's torches that are in the room. The torches are lit with green flame. There are 4 such cages in this room, 4 such cranes in this room. The room is locked off by a portcullis. The bars look very similar to the bars in these cages, only not wrapped in barbed wire. They are 4 inches apart and they're about 1 inch thick.
And it doesn't look like there's any way to operate the portcullis, right?
There's not a lever on this side. There's a lever on the other side.
That we would have seen coming in.
Yeah.
Are there any snake holes in the door?
It's not a door. It's a portcullis.
Oh, okay, I see. It's just a portcullis.
There's another small alcove in this room that appears to have a pad with a snake symbolish thing drawn on it. That would appear to be used for some arcane reason, but it's there. Also,
can I make an Arcana check to see what it is?
you can.
Nope.
That looks like an interesting carving.
Okay, are there any Yuan-Ti currently so how and if so, how many?
There are no Yuan-Ti above you right now, but you can, if you were to look outside the hallway, you can see that there is a group. There is 2 humans and a Yuan-Ti walking towards the portcullis right now, down the hallway.
Do the humans look like slaves, or do they look like they're
These look like the 2 human gladiators you fought earlier.
Okay.
And the snake man that's with them appears to be in the middle of the sheds of some kind. He's got like skin hanging off of him. It's weird.
Okay, we got 4 guys coming in so far. I'm gonna
Three,
say
just
this
three,
down.
it's just 3 total. 3
Oh,
total.
3 total. Sorry.
Yeah,
so
it's
one
the
mouse
one Yuan-Ti who's like, it looks like he's in a little shed, and 2 gladiator guys.
Okay. I'm gonna relay this down to Twilight. Do I see any other snakes in this room?
Nope.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep Endurus perched up on top of the because it's like above head level, right? The crane.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not above head level?
Like
Okay.
they would have shoved you into the pits. Like they raise these gates enough to get you in them and then close them again. They don't raise them up much more than that.
Got it. If that's the case, Endurus is going to go ahead and could he fit through one of the grates?
Yeah, snakes of medium size or smaller can fit through these grates easy enough. They're like designed for Yuan-Ti to be able to go in and out easily enough without having to mess with
Nice.
the lever.
Okay, excellent. Do I hear which one Lord is in actually?
Perception? Also, Lord, how loud are you being?
I can't imagine we're yelling at each other.
Well, you were yelling. I don't think I ever yelled, but
I never yelled.
I wasn't being quiet
yelled.
either.
You did yell across
Oh,
the
I
set.
did.
Yeah.
But that was not Lord. That was a dwarf.
But I haven't been speaking quietly either, so.
Right, okay, so if you've not been intentionally trying to mask your stuff, then there's not going to be really a contest to this. But he did 23 as well. So yes, you would know that the cage immediately to your south, we'll say, but just directly below, like
Okay.
south to you is where he's at, and you are at the north west corner of the room. Where your
Endurus is
cage
going to. I guess Endurus isn't gonna. Kind of want him to just go and try and hide, I guess, but always can summon him back, I guess. So yeah, Endurus is gonna go ahead and hop into Lord's cage.
Okay.
Slowly.
Lord, a snake practically falls in your lap.
I recognize it.
You might, yeah. The snake is
Oh,
going.
what the fuck is that?
The snake is going to go up to a wall and just with its tail into the cake. Oh wait, shit! This one doesn't have
This
any.
does not have any mud cake, no.
Fuck. It's gonna try and contort itself to say J, and then somehow do a B, like a lowercase b. Question.
It works. It's close enough.
Okay. That's all I can really do. I can't communicate with you.
Barandel's
Besides
just
that.
staring at it.
So Karengar says Justin Bieber.
We should kill it.
And oh god, please don't do that.
But no, this is familiar here.
All you new people have familiars?
Acquaintance who got locked up in here with us.
Is he another wizard? Do all wizards have familiars? Should I have a familiar?
You're not a wizard.
That's fair.
Says you. Fight me, bro. All right, so we're gonna take a break from there, and we're gonna go finish up here before the Yuan-Ti arrive.
There's one more thing I'd like to do, though.
Okay.
Just quickly,
Yep.
I'd like to. So you said the blood was dried on the edge of the cage, like dust, essentially.
It is effectively a dusty. Only in whether it's where it's moist, it's basically a brown mud. Where it's dry, it's a very fine reddish brown dust.
Karengar is going to take a handful of dust.
Okay.
And I'm going to instruct Twilight to do the same.
As soon as Karagar snaps out of the familiar thing. Twi's head is kind of just nuzzled up against him, and he still looks really down. I'm scared.
Big sad eyes.
I'm scared. I don't want to be a slave again.
You won't.
I'm too small to
You
fix
won't.
this world.
Existential crisis. Ready, go.
Turumbar is dead because of me. I'm sorry.
Oh god.
So sorry.
So do we want to
Twilight
continue
inspiration,
on
by
and
the way.
finish this, or do we want to finish this now? Because you agreed did say we were going to
No,
continue on.
you. Hey, I'm not going to interrupt that. but
Got it.
The
Okay,
only
cool.
piece of that I'm going to interrupt is that
Twilight?
Twilight does get inspiration for this.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Twilight. I'm gonna do put my hand or on Twilight's shoulder, like pull him a bit closer and say, Twilight, I'm not gonna let you be a slave. We're gonna get out of here, okay? We need everybody out of here. I need you to focus. Coming down the hallway, it might be time to act soon. Only 3 of them.
Alright.
I know
Oh,
what you can do.
Sorry. You just looked down the hallway. You did not go down the hallway, correct?
No, I just looked down the hallway.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
He did not exit, but he was basically trying to be in a sneaky position.
Totally non-ominous question.
Yeah, just casually DM asking for specifics. Nothing
Are you
with that.
sure you want to do that?
Hold on, action.
It's not that question. It's just I wanted to make sure that I was clear on the information I gave you and that I wasn't
Yes,
lying.
no, you're right. I mean, I think I can just
Yeah,
summon
yeah,
the snake out again and put it back up there, and then just have him go check it out later.
Well, anyway, so the middle of this heart-wrenching story between you and Twilight, I didn't want to ruin your tender moment. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Twilight needs to be brave. I'm gonna try to make Twilight brave, but I'm gonna fail horribly at it.
Did you?
Is this your own pep talk in your head? This is kind of a bad pep talk.
Yeah, this is kind of what Carrie's like. Carrie's like, ah, shit, I've never been good at these sort of things. It's Twilight. I need you to focus. All right, you want to get out of here. You want to make sure that Hank and Turambar didn't die for nothing, for not in vain.
Yes.
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 Then I need you to look at me. I'm gonna pull your head out of my because I'm gonna hold your head and just look at you in the eyes.
Yeah, he's looking at you.
Focus.
Yeah,
Just focus.
there's like a moment of kind of wild terror behind his eyes, and then he takes a deep breath, and it kind of mostly fades away.
That's right. You can do this.
All right.
You ever used pocket sand before? As I say, it's him grabbing the red dust off of
That
the...
look
just
of
remind you
terror
that Hank is
turns
dead
into
now?
just blank stare of confusion.
I'm actually gonna go look to
Sorry,
the other
what?
two in the cage as well. I'm gonna look to the other two in the cage and
Before
say...
the snake disappears, I would want to mention that I'm still able to cast illusion spells and undo locks.
Okay, and Durst is just gonna kind of nod.
So.
Okay, so we're gonna take a break from this. Let's go back to the Hummingbird, Orn, Sev, and Daisy cage.
What the hell are you
Hummingbird
doing?
is starting to regain her composure. Her fur is still wet with tears, but she's trying to wipe them away and dry her fur off a little bit. Regaining her composure.
Druidcraft, I dry them.
Okay, they're dry. She nods in appreciation and thanks you for it. It's sort of a curtsy / formal bow. Something similar like a noble would do in a court, only she's definitely not a noble.
Oh! Where'd you learn that?
Orvix taught me.
I wonder where Orbix learned that.
Good question. I mean, so you of what you know of Orvix, it's conceivable that he would have had to learn to do that in order to pitch his expeditions to these dig sites to noblemen to fund them.
Hmm.
That would be the most reasonable explanation for that.
Do it!
You don't know he hasn't asked yet.
Pocket sand.
Anyway, So she thanks you guys, and she also then immediately yells out for Twilight. Twilight, are you there?
I guess I'll call out as well and just say, we're all right. Someone wants to talk to you.
I'm trying to decide if Twilight just thinks he's going crazy or not right now.
So you might recognize the voice, but it's definitely an older and higher pitched voice than you would have remembered.
That's true, yeah.
So I would call out in Sylvan, which would be possibly confusing to Bird, but probably make more sense to Twilight.
What did you say in
She
Sylvan?
so hang on. As you start saying things in Sylvan, it's clear that she is perked up and is recognizing what you're saying.
Okay then.
Oh, snap.
That is useful. So yeah, I'll just call out, we're all alright, someone wants to talk to you. How are
Orin?
things?
Did I do something
Daisy?
wrong? He doesn't want to talk to me. She's just asking Orn, like, what's going on.
What is it, Orin?
Is everything alright over there?
In Sylvan, he'll say back that we're fine.
Well, good. There's someone here who wants to talk to you.
Twilight?
Who is it?
It's Bird.
Karengar, you feel Twilight just go rigid.
God, no.
All these emotions from this emotionless badass.
The Lannisters.
Did she say it's Bird in Sylvan or Common?
Sylvan.
Okay, then he's gonna continue in Sylvan.
Arn,
Bird? Is it really you?
That appears to be me. Is it really you?
Yes.
Yes, you are both actually yourselves.
Does Orn actually say that in Sylvan?
Yes.
Wonderful. So that sort of snaps Hummingbird out of her, like, oh my god days. And goes, I can't wait to actually see you. Be patient. I love you.
This is wonderful. Twilight and I have been looking for you for 2 years.
Are
And she
you?
just
I
kind of-
just
Are you
didn't
okay,
expect
Bird?
it to happen like this.
I'm fine. I have all my bits and
Arn,
pieces.
why are we?
Yeah, this is all in
Alright,
Sylvan.
continue.
What's
That's
Daisy's
Why I was
question?
so shocked he never switched back to Common.
Yes.
Sorry, Daisy,
I-
you were. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You had something you're trying to get a hold of Orn's attention with, or?
I'm asking why we are speaking in Sylvan.
Oh, okay.
Because they spoke to me in Sylvan, and Twi was too shocked to switch back to Common.
I think that was in character, right? That he's asking why everyone's talking
Yes.
about
Oh,
Yes.
got it.
Daisy is asking Orn why we're speaking in Sylvan.
Habit between Twilight and I thought it would be comforting.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if there was something secret that I shouldn't be hearing.
Oh, no, that's alright.
Bird, what did they sent you to Chult? How long have you been here?
So in Sylvan, somewhat yelling, she begins to tell her story. When you hear the portcullis start to rise, and she kind of quiets down and sits down in the cage, puts her hands puts herself against the cage, puts her hands on the ground. This posture is something that she has assumed many times before at the sound of that portcullis.
All right.
Weird.
And Twi is gonna just
What's our?
lean into Karengar even more as he hears that.
What was that about?
No one else speaks Sylvan.
My sister is here.
Chris just like takes a sharp inhale. Well, no reason to fight then, right?
Yeah, sorry, none of the Sylvan thing had anything to do with concealing information.
Yeah.
Yes, it didn't.
No, I understand. As like Karen Gross is like, what?
Daisy was more just making sure that it was okay if she like heard this or like said anything about it.
'Cause she can also
Later.
speak Sylvan, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I already knew you could, so.
Twilight, focus, focus, focus on my voice. Focus. Focus.
What is
Orin
our
doing his
fork-tongued
best to stay
friend
calm.
doing?
Your fork-tongued friend is standing up and looking up at the, like, trying to bring his hand in front of the torchlight so you can see if anyone's actually staying over his cage when they come in, but they have not come in yet. Looks like he's expecting to get out of here.
Our cage is lit.
Everyone's cage is dimly lit.
No, I guess light. Our cage is lit.
Okay, your cage is lit.
Yeah, I said that when we got dropped in. I'll start a light.
Okay.
I would like to pop my familiar out of existence again real quick, just before they notice anything.
Okay, sure. Anything else before they actually walk into this room? Okay, then. Oh.
So what you're saying is he's super confused.
Okay, so you hear these people walk into this room. Well, you hear two sets of footsteps. The last one is a Yuan-Ti slithering. And he goes over immediately to Sev's cage, looks in, finds Sev standing up, staring at him. Sev, you're better? Yes, I'm better. Get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he's
Calm
better
down,
now. He's
calm
fine.
down. And he sets his two gladiators to work lifting that cage up. After a few cranks, there's enough room to get him out of there. They lower in a ladder, and he climbs out. They then remove the ladder, if no one else wants to do anything about it. It's a wooden ladder, FYI. They remove the ladder, they bring it back out, and they begin lowering the cage again. Anything anyone wants to do? No?
Sure,
Arndell
that
shouts
guy's
out
stay
just to be a
crazy.
smartass. Hey, I'm okay too. You can let me out.
So this Yuan-Ti chuckles a bit at the thought of that, and tells Sev to go back, report to the overseer, who Sev would recognize as what he's supposed to do. He immediately bows, leaves, and is off. And the Yuan-Ti.
Hi, I'm Daisy. What's your name?
Two gladiators. We're going to stand over your cages one by one, because Daisy volunteered. He's standing over your guys' cage first. He introduces himself. He says the following. He says, "My name is Yavo." Or, sorry, not Yavo.
I was gonna say there's a Tavo and a Yavo.
Oh, and Yavo?
No, wrong name. Yaharu. My bad.
Yaharu.
Uh-huh. And he says, well met, Daisy. Can I ask what you are doing here in Chult?
He's asking Daisy specifically.
Apparently it seems that way, yes.
And so this is the shedding snake right now?
You have not seen his face yet. Well, yeah, you have. You have seen his face. Sorry. Yeah, so this is the snake that looked like he was in the middle of shed.
Is he's a humanoid top half snake body or full snake?
He has a snake head, humanoid body, snake bottom.
Okay, and the rest of them are pure blood Yuan-Ti, like humanoids?
Nope. The other two are actually humans.
Oh.
Like full humans,
They were
probably slaves of some
gladiators.
variety, but they're
Okay.
gladiators. So they are slave warriors, basically. And so yes, he is directing that question towards Daisy.
Well, I was looking for an artifact that we think might be here in Omu.
Oh gosh.
I see. You're a very
And-
honest young lady, aren't you?
And we found a note that says that Ross Nisi might have had something that we needed.
I see.
So we were down here, and I was hoping we would just find him and, get it? And things went bad.
Right. Wonderful. Thank you for your honesty.
Honesty?
Well, are you being honest with me? I'll find out one way or
Unfortunately,
another.
She is.
Looks like you have someone corroborating your story. And who might you be?
I am Orn.
Okay.
I know my people are not common here.
Well, I am confused seeing a tree talking and walking. I'm glad you clarified that you are indeed a living being.
Aren't
Can I
all trees
ask-
living beings?
That is a wonderful philosophical question, Daisy. Then he just kind of brushes by that. And goes back to Orn. So who created you?
Sylvanas, of course.
Should have seen that one coming. He sort of slaps his face a little bit. Like, oh my god, I'm a dumbass for asking this question. Like, of course Sylvanas created him. Why would anything else happen?
What did I expect?
What did I expect? Exactly. He goes, well, thank you for your honesty. Can you give me any more details about these artifacts you were looking for?
Can I ask you a question?
No.
Where's Rasanisi? He has something we're looking for.
Can we hear this, by the way? Can we all hear this? I'm just curious.
Sure, why not? The Yuan-Ti says, you seem like someone who would be fun to play a game with. Let's play a game.
Try me.
Okay, I will ask a question, then you will ask a question. I will answer your question only if you answer my question.
So question, answer, answer.
Well, question, answer, question, answer.
Okay, I did not hear what the game was. My
Are
internet
we
was
playing Two Truths and a Lie?
Okay. No, this is he's proposed to play a game, and the game was he asks you a question, you respond with an answer. If he's satisfied with that answer, he will allow you to ask a question, he will respond with an answer.
Okay.
So his first question is, what is the artifact you're looking for?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I believe it's called Soul. What was it, Orn?
Tree?
Orn?
Orn? Hello? Did he die?
Oh god.
Too much vape. That's it. Rip. Tree died. The tree died because of grass.
User
Well,
in your
while
channel
she's having
timed out.
problems,
Wow.
there's
Oh,
that.
okay.
All right. So I'm going to solve this little problem by saying, would anyone in the audience like to help her out? And he's addressing the entire area currently. What on Chult are you guys looking for?
The way out of this cage.
Shut up, you. He responds.
Okay.
Goddamn good wage for once. Good lord.
Is that what you respond with?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think that was it.
Not only did I get fucking saddled with these misfits, I got paid nothing to do it.
You're an angsty one.
Cool.
I'm sorry.
So he's sort of stepped away from Daisy's cage and has wandered over to this other cage.
Mm.
At this, he goes, well, why don't you just tell me your life story then?
Long story short version, what do you want? I mean, we ain't going anywhere, but you might be.
User entered your channel.
I don't think that
There we go.
matters.
Oh, it's back.
I mean, really, it came
Neat.
down to I was paid to join this group and help them try and find whatever fucking artifact this was.
Roll me
That's-
deception.
Okay.
What did I miss?
I didn't lie. I'm just saying, I didn't lie at
Well,
all.
you weren't paid.
I was
You
paid.
missed
I
kind
offered
of
it.
an
We were offered a
important little thing.
magic item.
You were offered a magic
No,
item.
I
but
was
not
paid
offered-
50 gold pieces.
Oh yeah, you asked for more money up front. That's right.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
didn't get paid it.
Never mind. I'm sorry. That's my bad. I forgot. I thought
He is actually being real. He's like, oh, this is a lot of real irritation coming through
Okay.
right now. He's
Okay.
pissed.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to you. You settle down. So back to this game.
You suck egg.
Have you
I mean,
come up
my-
with an answer to my question yet? He pokes over. To
Okay, so Tree, Daisy can't remember / doesn't really know what the name of the artifact we're looking for is. Just that the first word is soul, and I asked you to help with what the rest of the name was.
Oh,
No whisper target found.
I'm not good at lying.
I'm not asking you to lie.
Well, I'll just tell her it's the Soulmonger then.
Yeah, that's it.
Wonderful.
Soulmonger.
And he begins scratching down on a piece of parchment that he has. And he says, "Now, do you have a question for me?"
I do, and I'm trying to find what his name was.
I'm going to say, as this is happening, Twi stands up and walks over to Pottery Shard.
Uh-huh.
And says quietly, "I'm sorry, my name is Twilight over a Silver Lake." And he gives the traditional tabaxi greeting of clasping arms and pressing his like budding foreheads.
Well, I see you're feeling better.
A little bit.
Response. Well, why don't you take a seat here? It sounds like it's going to take a while. And he sort of seems like there's entertainment going on in the cage, and he is grinning that it's not him being grilled by whoever this is. Well, that depends. Good question. I have not found out yet. I don't intend to, as I do not want to be sacrificed. God, I hope so. Gods, I hope so. So, Guardian?
Clarification question.
Uh-huh.
So, when I got here, have I had any dreams?
Yep.
Would I have seen what the figure was in the dreams?
The figure at this point has been, 10 to 12 feet away from you in your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So, easily recognizable, easily describable. But you would not have gotten a name or anything else like that out of it. Would you like me to re-describe him to you? Or do you have that written down?
Well, we never really
So the
did
description-
anything with that.
The description of him was in the dream.
Okay.
Which was a skeletal cloaked figure with eyes that were hollow, rotting away, essentially. They've rotted away, and he now has 2 hollow points of light behind his eyes. Definitely has a very dark presence around him. Like the kind where even though he's in your dreams, it terrifies you. To even be closer, and that he's approaching you, and that it looks like he's staring at you is just utterly creepy and chills you to the bone. And you have oftentimes woken up from these dreams in cold sweats.
Okay.
And every time you dream, he gets closer.
Okay.
Ooh, creepy.
I would describe the rest of the dream, but I don't think you've told that to anyone else in character yet, so.
I don't think I've told anyone anything about any dreams so far.
Correct.
we've all been sleeping near each other and you've been waking up to nightmares. We might have noticed that.
I mean, it's not any more often than anyone else would really wake up to like go to the bathroom or anything else like that. It would
Oh, okay.
you have to pass off as normal.
She's not like screaming when she wakes up.
No. Like, she wakes up and maybe was in a cold sweat, but unless you were sleeping with her, you probably would not realize that. Sleeping with her, I mean, like...
I was gonna say, I don't think anyone's done that.
Yeah, no. So anyway...
Lord has.
Well,
Hey, cat.
you and Twilight had your love boat session. You guys had plenty of time to do that. I will let you... That's
Or
what
just
you want to
as-
have happen.
Lord has a jar of mayonnaise in the corner.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's just Lord in his alchemy jar. That's his lover now. Okay. So back to Guardian's question.
Is Rasnisi here?
Rasnisi is home. And then he asks, "What do you know about the Soulmonger?"
Well,
Basically nothing.
I don't know if we know it, but we're pretty sure it's here in Omu. And we think it's connected to people dying all over the world. And people in particular who have been risen from the dead.
Interesting. Indeed. You have a question for me? Speak quickly, darling. I get bored easily.
How's Rasnisi? I mean, he's here, right? So why can't we just, see him?
Patience, young one. You might just get your chance.
He has some but he said he had something for us.
Darling, I answered your question. Let's take a break from this little game we're taking. I have questions for your friends here. I'll be back in one bit.
Oh, okay.
And he walks back over to Karangar and Twilight's cage. And they go, "So, how many of my friends did you kill?"
Me?
Yeah.
I don't keep count of trash.
Wonderful. You're a
That was
cheery
pretty
fellow.
rude.
I'm sorry. You got off the wrong foot. I'm just irritable. Again, my pay for this life risking bullshit has not been nearly enough. I've gotten bitten by so many insects.
You apologize to your enemy? How cowardly.
We're not apologizing to you in general. I'm just trying to be,
I don't know.
polite.
Explain to me.
Polite. I mean, have you ever heard of being polite? I can get more answers that way anyways. Something I'm trying, something somebody else
Is there something you're not telling me?
No. I told you everything, man.
Everything, huh?
Well, not everything about my life, of course. You'd be bored by that. You just said you were bored
Would I
easily.
now?
You want to start, man? I can spin you a yarn.
Oh, you're lying to me now.
You'd make a great lawyer. You know that? You know what a lawyer is? Do they have lawyers in Yuan-Ti culture? Cross-examination is pretty good.
He just begins laughing his ass off.
Orin calls out, "I think lawyers imply representation, and these guys are about as classist as it gets."
Fair enough.
His response to that is saying, "You'll be a fun one. I know just where to put you." And he then walks away and he walks over to Lord's cage.
So, quick question: Lord's cage. Which direction was it from my cage? And would he be
South.
facing away?
South, yeah.
And he would be facing away now. Yes.
Okay. And would I be able to hear the guards move over there as well? The
Guards seem to be in the center of the room. He seems to be walking kind of around them to get to these cages.
Okay.
As he was over our cage, Twy was glaring at him and slightly baring his teeth.
Okay, he would have taken note of that and would know exactly what's going on there. So he goes to Lord's cage, and he peers down. My, they keep bringing me children. I can't do anything with children.
Maybe don't do that. Don't
You
don't
should
say
probably
that.
just let us go.
He says, "You sit down."
No whisper target found.
I'm not
Could you
talking
tell
to you.
from up there?
Joke's on you. He is already sitting.
So he directs his questions directly at Lord, and he asks, "So what is your name?"
You can call me Lord.
I will call you no such thing. What is your name?
Child.
I see there is one in your arms, yes.
So, are you one of the snake's pets?
Excuse me?
So you're a human, not one of them,
No,
right?
he is clearly not human. He has a snake
Oh,
head and a snake
oh,
underside.
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought it
he
was,
is
gladiator.
No.
Oh, okay,
This
never
is beyond T going around each one of the pits. Tom.
I completely
Let's
confused
back
that.
this one up a little bit.
My bad. We'll walk that comment back quick.
Okay.
These negotiations are gonna go great.
My name is Lord.
It actually is.
Thank you, Daisy. You're so helpful. So, Lord, he says with obvious grit in his teeth, but he doesn't like the taste of it. How did you find yourself with this crowd?
Unfortunate coincidence, I suppose.
Oh, I'm so sorry for you. Does baby want a nap?
Okay.
That is literally what he says.
I think our entire party is lucky that Lord is out of spell slots right now. And without a book and a spell focus.
Out of spell slots.
Not out of
Never.
spell slots.
Yeah, he is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I always have cantrips, damn it.
Can make all kinds of illusions.
I had a short rest. I'm a wizard. I get spell slots back.
This is true. But
Oh.
so yeah, he is like trying to openly mock you at this point and see if he can get any kind of raise out of you. Clearly, that's what he's trying to do here.
Mm-hmm.
In response to it,
Nap? No. I'm fine. A meal? Perhaps. Perhaps. Your kind is tasty.
oh, the fancy lord wants a feast for himself. Well,
Yes,
wonderful. I'll
come
get
down
that right
here.
up for you.
Come down and I'll I can start
Okay.
eating right now.
I'll take your
Well-
finest gruel.
He sort of walks away. He sort of like leans back up over the top of the cage, stands back up fully, and I know just where to put you two. And he
Well,
walks
this
back
is-
over to Daisy and Orin's cage.
Well, this is doing. Can I want to try and like summon because I want to get eyes on these guys. I'm gonna summon Endurance back up onto my arm and see if I can raise his head just very slightly out of the cage.
So it's clear that the guards do notice this, but it's also clear they do not give a shit.
Okay, fair enough.
Like that is not a threat to them right now.
Okay, if they don't care if they do not react at all.
They
like,
don't react
see-
at all. They've
so
seen
snakes.
snakes all over the place.
Cool.
Yeah,
This is gonna. It's
not out of
he's
the
just-
ordinary.
He's just gonna go down and slither out the hall then.
Okay, in the hallway, it's a very short hallway before you realize that there's a corridor here before it goes into another hallway. In this corridor, there are 4 Yuan-Ti Broodguard, and this is a chamber that I will describe to you momentarily.
Oh fuck! Sorry guys.
That's
Roll
okay.
for initiative.
So,
No.
the Broodguards also pay no mind to the snake. But a bloodstained altar stands in the middle of this room. It has shackles bolted to its top and niches carved into its sides. Housed in each niche is a human skull. Grooves run down the altar to gutters on the floor, allowing the spilled blood to drain into the walls. Clay urns overflow with wet bones and gore. Isn't that just pleasant?
Yuck.
And so that's the only way out of here, though, is through that area.
Yes, that is the only exit
Okay.
to this area. And then there's another hallway beyond this place, and there's also a door off to your north. You entered towards the west, and there's a door to your north and a corridor that continues west.
Okay, and where are? Okay, so I had a couple more questions because this is important. Where are the ladders in the room?
The ladders. There is a ladder, a single ladder, and it is not in this room. It is wrapped. It's brought back outside and around the corner in the sacrifice chamber.
Oh, so they literally brought it out. Got
There
it.
was
So we'd have-
they brought it with them when they walked in, and then one of the gladiators after
And
they
to-
used it, Sev carried it back out to that spot.
How much weight would you need to pull on one of these levers?
For the to open the door?
Yes. Or to close the portcullis.
You would have to know. You'd have to try it to figure it out.
Fair
There's not
enough.
really an easy way to tell.
Okay.
Because it's literally a pole sticking out of the ground, right? So without intricate knowledge of how it was constructed, you really generally have no idea how much force it would take to push and pull it. You've also never seen anyone operate it.
Got it. Okay. I'm just gonna have Endurus just kind of scout the area as much as possible. Then, like, just you can go back and then jump back to me whenever you're ready. That's what he's gonna do.
So Endurus is off, fucking around, wandering around the sacrificial chamber and doing whatever a snake's
Just
like
having
there.
a grand old time.
Yeah, like playing in the gore, like drawing designs in the ground with blood.
He's there with a fucking purpose. He's not just playing around.
I know, I'm kidding. So the Haru comes back over to Daisy's pit. Seems like you seem to be the one that's going to help me out the most here. So, how many of my friends did you kill?
Did kill the Hydra.
One.
Oh, did you get his name?
Hydra.
He kind of just stops. And like, this is the first time you've seen him
boy.
break what like the face that he was putting on for you guys.
Hi, I'm Daisy.
Like this clearly, like he suddenly stops. Like he was grinning this entire time. It looks like he was jovial and he was like getting at you guys and trying to do that kind of stuff. His smile is gone now, and instead of being a very smiley, happy person, he speaks in a more serious tone now. And continues with, "I see." So
does Rasnisi know what the puzzle cubes are for?
puzzle cubes. This is the first time anyone's mentioned those. So you're here for those also.
Yes, that's why Rasnisi said we should see him, because he has a puzzle cube.
What do you need the puzzle cubes for?
They might be linked to the Soulmonger.
And how might that be?
I believe I answered your question.
Oh snap!
Fair enough. Ask away, darling. He's back to his jovial self now, by the way, with that quip.
He never answered my question if Rasnisi knows what the puzzle cubes are used for.
That is a question I do not know the answer to. I would imagine he does. He seems to care a lot about them.
Okay.
Okay, so then he would ask the question you just asked. Which was like, I just asked what do you want to use the puzzle cubes for, right?
Yes.
And then so they were related to the Soulmonger, and then I asked how they were related to the Soulmonger. Okay.
Yeah, and then oopsie.
Right. So how were they related to the Soulmonger? He then asks again.
That one I'm not sure on exactly.
Would anyone from the audience like to help?
What was the question? Sorry.
What do the puzzle cubes and the Soulmonger have to do with each other?
Don't know.
So then he asks again. Sorry, does anyone else actually know the answer to that?
We need to get all the cubes.
So why do you have to get all the cubes? What he's really asking right here, right now. He's trying to get to the root of what you need them for. Like, how do they help you get to the Soulmonger?
Maybe you should ask Rasnisi that.
Oh, clever boy, clever boy. Well, you answered my question, so I'll let you guys ask another one.
At which point any of you could ask a question, I believe.
Yes, correct.
Where'd you take our stuff?
A funny boy. I'm not going to answer that.
Worth a shot.
Got him. Well, it's clear to me what I need to do here.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I need to take you to see Ross Nissy.
Okay.
Oh, good. He has something for us. This is great.
Can I come?
We're gonna try. And
We're
take
gonna
us
go
to
see the
Rasnisi,
wizard,
So this
the
might be the
wonderful Wizard
time
of
we need to
Oz.
start doing shit.
So you didn't. The question you asked was where can you find your stuff. He said I'm not answering that, and then he cut off the questions entirely, and said it's clear to me what I need to do now. I need to take you all to see Ross Nissy.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That sounds like it would be rather illuminating.
with that,
I'm gonna recall Endurus back, by the way. At this point, I want to have eyes
Oh.
on these people as we pull out.
okay. So they get the ladder, or one of the guards gets the ladder, and the gladiators go and send over Daisy's and Orin's area first, and they open the gate, and they ask Daisy and Orin to join them upstairs.
Okay.
Okay. What about Bird?
What does she have to do with anything? He asks.
Well, she's more or less with us.
I think she was here long before you were. And he begins to close the gate.
How does that change anything?
He stopped playing that game.
I'm not playing a game.
Playtime's over.
So the gate is closing right now, unless you want to try to stop it.
Is this the portcullis case or the
No, the
cage
they're
gate.
closing the cage again.
Yeah,
on
okay.
top of-
I'll,
Just for Orin.
Hummingbird.
There's
Anyway,
only 3 of them, guys. You can take them.
I would, man.
I
This
would-
is,
we,
I
guys,
would tell
we
her
need
to
to
come
know
too.
where our stuff is before we do this. And talking to Ross Nisi might be...
we're not going that far. Fuck that noise, dude. Nuh-uh. This is.
give us info.
Good luck with that file.
Yeah,
Okay,
please no,
um,
please don't.
So he steps over to Lord's cage, and he seems to have gotten confused. And does invite also Brindel up.
I happily climb out.
Anyone going to say anything about him getting Brindle but not a bird? No. Okay. Wonderful. Okay.
Alright, I can't
Let's
see
make
this.
my life easier.
I would have told
uh,
Bird to come.
What are you
Oh, no, yeah,
taking
you
him
can
What
for?
would she have done though?
Well, she would have sat in the corner and waited for instruction to follow. What she would have done. So when he did not ask her to come up, so she did not come up.
I was like, what? Why are you taking him?
Do you not want me to take him? I can leave him here.
You could leave him here too.
Good point. And like, as you're climbing the ladder, he asks them to remove the ladder. And
Oh, is he
in the cage
taking me
again.
out too?
If you're just hanging on to the ladder while he takes it out, then sure.
I was like, he's leaving me, right?
He
He's
was
just
gonna leave
asking
you.
for the dwarf.
Well, he was taking. He wanted both of you out of the.
Oh, I thought he was just taking the dwarf. I was like,
No. He was taking
what?
both of you. Yeah, no, he was asking both of you out of the cage. Because he forgets that the dwarf is.
Okay.
But
Just shrug then. I wouldn't have said that then. I was just wondering why. Another pair of hands, sure.
I was trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so Bird is left in the cage. And Yaharu seems to just be like against Yanti or against her for some reason. But then he opens up the last cage with Karangar, Twilight, Darandar, and Pottery Shard, and he gets both the Dragonborn and Pottery Shard, gets both the Dragonborn and Twilight, but asks that Pottery Shard remain behind.
Okay. Excellent. So we're all upstairs now,
Yep, you're all upstairs.
and the portcullis is still closed.
I will say to
Apparently,
Pottery
yes.
Shard, good luck, brother. And then climb out.
And to you, brother.
And which one is Burden?
Bird is in the south. So you're going to move. I need to know that, but she is in the southeast cage from where you are.
And I'm
So you'd be
in
able to know that
northwest.
because of the audio. Northwest, yeah.
And
And
how far of a gap is that?
15 feet, 20 feet, something like that.
So if I start moving in that direction, do they let me?
No, they would try to stop you from moving that.
So, what are these guys equipped with?
Same things that all the gladiators have been equipped with. Then like
Jeez.
spear and shield.
Spear and shield? Okay. And, like, chainmail? Or...
Let me double check what their armor is.
I really don't want to
Studded leather armor.
I really don't want to go see Resnicy right now. Seems like a bad idea to just let this train continue on.
I'm trying to decide internally whether trying to convince her to come with us would be safer than her staying here. Probably not.
I mean, you do have the option also to teleport in there shadow-like and teleport her out.
How can you teleport her
I can't
out?
teleport with her.
Oh, my bad.
And then they know I could teleport.
Unless
shadows.
GM's saying you can. Let's.
Yeah. Can I take
Or-
the creature with us?
Well,
with me?
So if you can't actually do that with the rules, I want to keep with the rules, but
It's just myself.
You could also teleport in there and refuse to leave without her.
Okay, so just I guess a quick question. So Portcullis is down, everybody's in here, Ladder's in here. And Twilight. You still have Disguise Self, right? And you can also silence.
I'm gonna
Okay.
try
He
to.
has all of his key points left.
I'm gonna try to break from the guard and run up to the top of Bird's cage, just to look down.
Okay. So after some pushing, the guard is just kind of like, well, I don't care, and then let you through. And you can see Bird. He goes, "Good luck,
Bird.
Twilight.
I'll come back.
I hope you do, Twilight." Or Twy. I think she would call you Twy.
Yeah.
So, are you doing anything, or
God,
Are-
do I make this decision for
Or
the
the
rest
guards?
of
The guards are letting me have this conversation. They're not pulling me back or anything.
they don't really care?
Okay.
They wanted to stop you from moving because they want to keep you ordered and not like
We're not
aggressive.
manacled or anything.
But
either,
it was
right?
clear. It was clear. You're not currently manacled. No, there are manacles in this room, and they look like they were brought in here to be applied to you.
Okay, yeah, no, fuck that noise. Twilight, let's quiet things down a bit.
What do you mean, quiet things down?
Yaharu turns around and says, "I think it's quiet in here already."
Does Twilight understand what I said to him?
I do, and I look at you with a look of, I don't think that's a good idea right now.
Remember, I can summon weapons to myself. I can get at least one for me and one for Darandar.
You say that out loud?
No. He's seen me do this. He's seen me do this before, so I'm reminding him in character, like out of character. Sorry, that it is possible for me to do that.
I think we want to find out information right now, though, because we don't know where our weapons are, and we're in the middle of an enemy dungeon.
Oh God.
And
Sure, we're
talking
just
to
gonna let,
Rosnisi
we're just
would
gonna
give
let
us
literally the GM dictate where he wants to take us, which is gonna be bad fucking news. But you are Twilight, you play Twilight. I said
Excuse
something,
me?
how you react to it is your deal.
Excuse me.
I get the impression that literally the entire party has a very different understanding of the situation than you do, Kyle.
Yes.
I do not want to be here, man.
Lord will back you up, Karengar.
Wow.
The one place that Lord I don't think cares to get support from as support him.
No, dude, Karengar, like the Twilight doesn't do anything, it doesn't matter. So, like, because he's so.
Yeah,
Twilight
Twy will very subtly shake his head and
just-
glance at the guards.
Your friend is very smart, Yahiru says.
He don't. No, I mean, I don't
He
think
recognized.
so.
He saw this like the shaking head after the quiet noise.
Good fucking job, Twilight. Good fucking job. We could have had this.
And what?
I was sorry, that was out of character. I didn't mean to say that. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I was just like, no, sorry, that was out of character.
hold
That
on,
was
reeling
out
that
of
back in.
Christ.
It's like I'm.
Sorry, I will say things in character and out of character before. So I was just like, I'm kind of frustrated as a player right now. That would
I'm
just
sorry.
be
I'm not trying to frustrate you as a player.
Could you guys give me 1 second after?
Okay, sure. Jeopardy music plays in the background while you guys decide what you want to do.
Okay, while he's gone, he
You have
casts.
music on?
He cast darkness.
it would be no, it's not darkness.
So, out of curiosity, what were we trying to get him to do?
Cast
Cast
silence.
Oh, okay.
Because we could
So
take
that the
these
guards
fucking
didn't hear
guards,
what was happening.
and we have disguise self, so he could literally just assume the fucker's form and walk right out in front of him, and we could just be slaves because that's what fucking happened.
I didn't tell you what